Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Shepreneur with beecee on Africa Business Radio. It's time we talk about young, strong, and empowered African women succeeding in their craft. It promises to be fun, exciting, educative, and informative. So, welcome to the show! On the trivia today, we put out a question on social media as usual, and we got answers right back to help you learn important facts in history relating to women. And the question for today is, who was the first African female journalist and in what country? And the answer is Bilkisu Yusuf, also known as Hajia Bilkisu Yusuf, a Nigerian journalist, columnist, and editor for prominent newspapers in Abuja, Kano, and Kaduna, Nigeria. She's known in Nigeria for being the first woman to direct a national newspaper operation and served as editor for two more. She was a Hausa Muslim, feminist, and advocate for interfaith society who was known for being an advisor to the Nigerian president on international affairs and the founding of NGOs such as Women in Nigeria, WIN, and the Federation of Muslim Women's Association. She was executive director of Advocacy Nigeria and was very active in the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, which was aimed at the safe return of the Chibok girls. Bilkisu Yusuf was a Nigerian powerful woman who believed in changing the status quo and fighting for women's rights. I hope you have been inspired today to fight for a cause. I'll see you after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to She Motivates. Today, we celebrate an amazing Nigerian beauty entrepreneur and lawyer, Tara Fela Durotoye. Tara is a pioneer in the bridal makeup profession in Nigeria. She launched the first bridal directory in 1999, set up international standard makeup studios, and established the first makeup school in Nigeria. She is the founder and CEO of House of Tara International and creator of the Tara Orekelewa Beauty range, inspired perfume, and the HIP Beauty range. As of 2019, her brand, House of Tara, had 270 products, 23 stores, 14 beauty schools, and 10,000 representatives all around Africa. In 2007, Tara Fela Durotoye was awarded the Africa SMME Award and the Entrepreneur Award in South Africa. And in 2013, Forbes listed her as one of the 20 young power women in Africa. In 2020, the magazine Forbes listed her among Africa's 50 most powerful women. Tara is married to Fela Durotoye, a business strategist and corporate activator, Chief Executive Officer of Visible Impact. They are happily married with 3 sons. I hope you have been inspired today that you can make it in any industry. The world is waiting for you. I'll see you again after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Shiro segment. Today I have another Shiro with me who is a reputable marketing and talent liaison manager who has carved a niche for herself in the marketing space with over 10 years of project management, influencer marketing, and brand image development. She spearheaded and worked on numerous projects such as Coca-Cola Schweppes Malt Launch Ghana, Virgin Atlantic Communication Activities Ghana, New York Film Academy Training Program Nigeria, AFCON 2015 Pepsi Brand Promotion Equatorial Guinea, Corporate Elite Concert, and so many others. She also has a flair for art and created room for expression with Artsmania NG, where she's built a community for artists in Nigeria, making available some of the world's best art supplies in the country. Welcome with me, Andrea Manuela Giaccaglia. Did I get that?
Yes, you did. You got it.
Welcome to Shipreneur.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so let's start with your name. That name, I was struggling to pronounce it right yesterday, and I was asking myself, Andrea Manuela, where are you from?
I'm half Ghanaian, half Italian. My mom's Ghanaian and my dad is Italian. Okay. So yeah, the name comes from my dad's side. Don't ask me what it means. I have no idea.
Oh my God.
I think I have to find out one of these days, but yeah.
You never asked any of your parents?
Well, my dad gave us a name. I've asked him. He just says it doesn't have a meaning. Yeah, but I guess unlike a lot of names that people are used to, we always assume there's a meaning behind it. But I think sometimes it's just a name.
It's just a name, right?
I don't really think there's always a meaning behind it.
So tell us a bit about you. How was your childhood like, having to come from Italy and Ghana mixed together? How was your upbringing? Where did you grow up? A bit about you.
Okay, so I grew up in Ghana. My parents lived in Kumasi. It's like a city in Ghana. And I went to school in Kumasi from primary to secondary to university. Okay, well, my secondary school, I went to Cape Coast. I was in a boarding house. And then in uni, I went to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, which is also in Kumasi. And after uni, I relocated to Accra. And then I started working and stuff, yeah. So in a nutshell, that's it. I had an awesome childhood. I cannot even complain about my childhood. Okay. It was beautiful.
You grew up with mommy, daddy, sisters. You have siblings?
Yes, I do. I come from a blended family. Let me put it that way. Okay. So before my parents met, my dad had 2 older boys, and then my mom had a daughter. And then my parents met, and then they had my older sister, myself, and my little brother. So I come from a big blended family. My 2 older brothers live in Italy. The rest of us, we live in Ghana because they live with their mom. And then the rest of us live in Ghana. So yes, my parents are still together. Yes, my parents still live together. And yes, we all live in Ghana. I'm the stray child that
who decided to come to Nigeria.
And came all the way to Nigeria.
What's it about Nigeria? What attracted you to our country?
I got a job offer and I took it. It was as simple as that. People ask me that a lot, but there was really nothing more to it than I got a job offer and then I took it. I think I just wanted to explore a bit more of what was out there than I was already exposed to. So, and then I took it and I've been here since. Yeah, enjoying yourself so far, right? I mean, it's not a bad experience. Yeah, I mean, there are a few things that are a little stressful.
Little sister.
Come on, even if you guys are honest with yourselves, you would know that I'm not telling a lie. I mean, I honestly don't see the difference between Ghana and Nigeria in terms of the people and the culture. We have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, we do.
The only difference in terms of the 2 countries that I would probably mention is things like 24-hour electricity, clean water, awesome roads.
Yeah, we're working towards
infrastructures. So there's some really beautiful places in Nigeria and stuff, but that would be the only difference. In terms of the people, there's not much of it different. Yeah, we're very much.
Yeah,
we're very,
so
very
true,
similar.
so true. Now, I know you've built a career around project management, marketing, influencing. What would you say inspired you in that direction?
That is a very good question. I don't think it's an inspiration per se. You know, it's that thing where you start working and you end up somewhere, you're like, oh, I actually enjoy doing this. And you kind of end up doing that. I'm more interested, I'm a very artsy person. I like lots of art. I like DIY stuff. But then when I started working, I sort of found myself in the field of interacting a lot with people, helping on projects and stuff like that. So I just sort of transitioned into it. And you know, when you're sort of good at something,
it keeps coming.
Well, when you're sort of good at something, it's just
you can say it. It's okay. I know you're humble, but
improve on it. And so I just ended up staying in that field. In terms of the digital marketing aspect, I've always been like a tech freak. Like I like a lot of stuff that has to do with technology and development and innovation. So that just came seamlessly because I was in a field that was transitioning into a digital era. Okay. So for me, it was just a seamless, transition. Us always doing things the old way, let's all sort of transition onto the digital platform, which we now see today as influencer marketing and digital media monitoring and all of that stuff. Yeah.
And you are great at it. Okay, so if you don't want to
I
say
try my
it,
best.
for yourself, by yourself.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
help
I
you.
try my
you
best.
are
Thank you.
great at it.
Thank you.
And one of the reasons we decided to put up a show like this is to spotlight African women who are doing amazing, we do not pat ourselves on the back as we should. And I think it's time for women to stand up and begin to pat themselves on the back. So you are great at it. Take it from me.
I'm good at it, but I would like to be better.
Of course.
So tooting one horn is not my forte. So but I try.
All right. So I also know that you're the CEO of a media tracking company. Can you tell us what's about?
Okay, so I own a digital media monitoring company called DigiTracker.
Okay.
So what DigiTracker sort of does is, because everybody's sort of transitioning into the whole digital media space, a lot of brands and, personalities are sort of trying to find ways of getting their product out there via the, new media, which is digital media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google search engines, etc. The traditional way companies used to go was billboards, TV, radio. But now really, if you really think about it, how many times you really spend
it's even quite expensive
on like TV and radio, and who really looks at a billboard? Do you know what I mean? So most brands are sort of transitioning and trying to find more innovative ways of advertising in the digital media space. But then the difficulty in that field is, how do you sort of
monitor
what is actually going on in that space? How do you sort of know that, okay, if I spend this amount on this platform, or if I pay this influencer this amount, this is what I'm going to get from it? Half the time you pay an influencer X amount to post, and you don't even know how many people actually came to your page because the influencer posted it, or you don't even know how many people actually interacted with your brand or bought something from you. So now what we do is we work with clients and brands that sort of want to work with influencers on the digital media space and want to advertise their products. And we now do the digital media reporting, where we kind of collate all that data that you normally would not have been able to get on your own without certain key tools and softwares and stuff like that. So yes, if an influencer posts for you, you can always get them to send you their backend stats. But then you can never really see how many people actually reposted or used your hashtag or communicated. But what we now do is we have a listening tool which goes out there in the digital space. You put in certain keywords. It picks up all the people that talks about
the
product in that area, in that location. It goes all the way to the demography, from age to the kind of things they were interested in. So it also helps you sort of narrow down moving forward the way you want to strategize your marketing campaigns, because then you now know that, okay, most people that are interested in your products are people that are interested in music or fashion or entertainment. So it just helps you. It's just a whole lot of information that sort of helps you better strategize the way you plan. And then it also helps you understand which influencers to work with and which ones not to work with. Because the platform also tells you what the influencers' followers are interested in. So if you're selling milk per se, and you go and pay an influencer that is a musician because, they have 20 million followers, but there are 20 million followers, not a single person is interested in milk. You're completely off your target. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe not a single person is within the age range that you're looking for, which is maybe 17 to 25. Maybe they're all above 35. So you're completely off. But the platform allows you to know whose audience is fit for your brand based on stats it pulls in the back.
I'm quite interested in this, and I would like to know. So, for instance, because I sell, and sometimes I want to get influencers to help market what I sell. Now, instead of going directly to the influencers, do I come to your company and say, okay, I want to do this? That means I have to pay you and pay the influencers at the same time. Is that what it is?
Well, yes, that's what it is, because we advise you in the right direction to go. You could do it yourself, but you may be completely off track. You may get it right, you may not. But yeah, that's what we also do. So we also do advisory services for brands that sort of need the plan. And then some brands don't even know what to do with influencers. So we sort of also guide them in the best ways to get them to do organic posts and stuff that will give your brand the mileage and exposure that you're looking for.
Do you work with startups?
We work with everybody. We do
because
not
you
discriminate.
Sound like very high. You're going to be having very high profile.
I mean,
clients.
We do have some high profile clients, and then I do have some small startup clients, and then I do have some friends that I just do some favors.
I'm a friend now. I'm booking my slot on the show. I'm a friend now.
So yeah, we do different things. Okay. I mean, we actually even have a platform that is sort of like an artificial intelligence tool that you can use to automatically sort of like reply people and interact with people in the social media space. So I'll give you an example. Say like how COVID started, there was a lot of questions in the digital media space about, oh, is it dangerous? How do I get it? How do I stay away from it? What do I do if I'm staying home? What happens? How do I buy food? You know, all these plenty questions that was going around about COVID. How contagious is it? How do you get the virus, etc. So with the AI tool, what you can actually do is you can input all the information, all the knowledge from anywhere in the world that is creditable or that is valid. And the AI just automatically replies people based on certain keywords. So as long as you say COVID and you say, I'm afraid, the AI tool will reply you. There's no need to be afraid. All you have to do is when you're going out, wear a mask, cover your face, wash your hands. So it's
digital.
Also, I know. It's a beautiful space and the opportunities are endless. So as I'm talking, you can see the passion in my voice.
I can see the passion.
Because I absolutely love that space because the possibilities and opportunities to sort of do so many things in that space is beautiful.
And solve problems.
It's beautiful. The only thing that I don't like about the space is people use it for the wrong things. But unfortunately, like everything,
there's always a
negative and there's always somebody that will find another way to sort of use it in a way that it's not intended for.
Awesome.
Yeah, let me stop talking now. Otherwise, I'm gonna go on forever.
I think at this point we have to take a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation with Andrea. Stay with us. Welcome back to Shepreneur with beecee Ugbo on Africa Business Radio. And I still have the same Shiro with me, Andrea. So let me ask you, what are some of the challenges you faced in building your career? What were some of the lessons you learned from them, and how were you able to rise up again?
Let me take it one at a time. Let me see. Challenges. I think for me, the biggest challenge, which is a personal issue, is I don't know how to delegate. So I tend to sort of want to have to do everything myself so I can like be on top of everything and it's done the way I want it to. So I am aware it's not a good thing.
It's not.
And I'm trying to change.
Okay.
Because, you know, I recently got like an assistant and somebody to help me with Artsmania and stuff like that. And I'm now looking for a sales and marketing person for DigiTracker so I don't have to do that myself also. So that has been my biggest challenge. Now the second challenge that I sort of picked up on also, it's very difficult to find the right people to work with. Because I have a different sort of work ethic, and maybe because lots of people just think it's okay to
do things anyhow.
Yeah, or do it the way they think it's okay. And even when you correct them, because they feel like, oh, I know, you know, they still don't want to do it your way. Or I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's just, you know, some people just want
generation?
Maybe they just want to be comfortable and just earn a salary and just keep moving.
Really?
So sometimes a lot of people that you will find are not as invested in the work as you are. Maybe it's because it's not their company or I don't know. But that has been a challenge. Solutions is just sort of to keep looking and keep trying to train the existing people that you have as best as you can. I'd like to think I'm an amazing boss. So
for someone who's humble to say
I
this.
know, this I think I can say for sure that I think I'm an amazing boss, and I think all my colleagues and staff will sort of vouch for that. I hope so. But yes, I think that has been some of the challenges. Another challenge, which I don't really like to call a challenge, but maybe because we are on this show, I would sort of just mention it. And I wouldn't use that. Actually, maybe I shouldn't talk about it because it's not in relation to me. But I find lots of people say, you know, being a female in the work industry can be challenging. And yes, that is probably true.
It hasn't applied to you?
I think it depends in the context of the situation. I've never really had issues because I was a woman in the field. Yes, I mean, I've been to certain places where maybe because of their religion or stuff, you know, they cannot speak to a woman, which is fine, and I respect that. I don't think anybody should hold that against anybody, because if I was born into that situation,
You would do the same.
that would be my norm. So that is what I would know. So unfortunately, it's just the way the situation is. I just feel like, based on religion, tribe, ethnicity, wherever people are from, you sort of have to respect the different spaces in which you find yourself. And so maybe that's what I've done along the lane. Now, maybe if you want to ask me about, you know, the normal stuff where, okay, women find issues of a guy trying to hit on them or sleep with them before,
You haven't had that as well?
Before, I'm getting to the conversation.
I'm waiting.
Before you probably achieve something. I think also that is also a personal choice in some aspect of it. You know, forget the forceful aspect, because that's a whole completely different conversation. But in some aspect of it, it's still a personal choice. Now, it's not okay to sort of say that because of circumstances and somebody decided to do something, you're now judging the person because you don't know why she had to go that far. But fortunately for myself, I've never been put in that position. But I can understand when people complain about things like that, because I've experienced it, and I know friends that have experienced it, and I know people that have talked about it. So I can understand that position. So I feel like those are some of the challenges as females in an industry, and especially times when you're not married and, you know, you are interacting with different people on certain levels. They tend to be very abrasive because, okay, why are you this age and you're not married yet? You know, why are you still single? And the funny thing that I've let me say this. The funny thing I've actually noticed is a lot of the times it's the women that do it.
Yeah.
Like, you go to an office
We enforce the
yes,
patriarchy that we have.
You go to an office and the woman in the MD position or CEO position or whatever is actually the one giving you all the attitude and giving you all the stress. It's not even the guys. And they give you that thing of, oh, who's this small girl coming to office thinking, you know. So it's mostly the women who do it, from my experience. It's actually sad that it comes from the women. It is. It's actually very sad.
Let me even ask you this question. Do you get to be told no? You're an entrepreneur and you've carried out major projects. At a point in your career, do you go somewhere to probably get a contract and somebody says no? Do you receive many no's as
no's a lot?
Yes.
No's are part of the
package.
That you take. The no's will be a lot.
How do you handle your no's?
So I live a very easy life. Okay. If something is not working and somebody tells me no, I keep it moving. If it's not happening, you move on to the next thing and try to make something else of something else. If you believe in that project and you get 300 no's and you believe that's the way to go, you just keep working on it till you eventually reach that your break. So for me, it's still sort of like where I want to go in my life and for myself, and then it helps me make the decisions and the choices that I make. So even if somebody tells me no on a project that I believe in, it's fine. You can tell me no. I'll find somebody else that is willing to give me a yes.
And you keep going.
So I just keep going. As long as I believe in it, I will keep going till I find a person that will tell me a yes. Or I just do it on my own. And then if it happens, it happens, you know. Yeah.
You create your own platform.
Yes, I create my own path for the things I want to do.
Yeah, amazing. So what would you tell a young woman who wants to succeed in either career or business, but really doesn't know how to start or doesn't know what to look to, or, you know, there are some people I've spoken to, they are waiting for somebody to hold their hands and just give them what they need, as against starting from wherever they are and trying to do something to get there. So if a young girl comes to you and says, I want to be like you, what do you have to say to her?
I would ask, what do you know about me?
Good question.
That is the first thing I would ask you. You can't say you want to be like somebody when you don't know anything about the person. It's an interesting question, because a lot of people want to be like a lot of things. But a lot of people don't understand where those people started from and how they got to where they were. They just see them shining, or, you know, they see a Wiz or a Burna Boy, and then 20 million other young boys out there want to be an artist, and they think
they want to be a Burna Boy.
No. But they don't know how long Burna and Wiz or David or Tiwa or any of these people have been in the industry for. And it's the same thing with any other field. You see somebody in an MD or a CEO position and you don't even know how they got there, but you just want to be like them. And I feel like that whole waiting for somebody to help you is sort of never going to happen if you don't start something. You can start from anything. You can start from being an assistant who is very dedicated, who just does her work and does it really, really well. And sometimes life presents you opportunities that you never expected. You may be somewhere thinking, oh, this career is holding me down or whatever, and I want to do my own thing, but you're also not in a position to start your own thing. Everybody thinks starting your own thing is easy.
What?
But it's not.
Tell me.
It's not. And I keep telling people that until you have a stance, don't stop what you're doing to start your own thing.
Fantastic.
Because I've worked for as long as I can remember, and I still haven't stopped to start my own thing. I've done everything side by side. You can't just stop and do your own thing, especially in the economy in which we are in. It's not possible.
You need to have something stable.
And I like nice things.
So you don't go begging.
Yes, I like nice clothes and shoes and bags and I love gadgets and my laptop, so I have to be able to afford all of them.
True.
So I juggle a lot of things, and I just feel like people should just sort of find what works for them, but never give up that sustainable income when you don't have anything you're sure of
when you
yet.
haven't built a strong
or
business.
you don't have a family inheritance. Listen, if you have a family inheritance, just do whatever
do your
you
thing,
want.
right?
But if you know that you're the one responsible for all the bills and everything, you don't want to, use wisdom to decide the things that you do.
So that's so cool. I want to know, how do you balance your personal life? Do you have a personal life?
Oh, I do.
How do you balance it with work?
So I like my me time also. I like to spend time on my own because I like to do a lot of DIY stuff, and I'm very hands-on. So I balance my work with doing things that I enjoy. And sometimes the best way to kind of regroup yourself is to get away from
all the noise,
from the work, because sometimes you're looking at it so much that you don't see the problem. But then take a step away from it, do something completely different. And then you come back and be like, oh, okay, this is what it was. Because sometimes your brain is just, it has gotten so used to what you are looking at, so sometimes you need to go away, and so I try and find time to do things like that. I do.
You hang out with
yes,
friends?
I do.
I go clubbing?
I love clubbing. I used to club.
Do you
so
dance?
Much. Yes, I love dancing, actually.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Wow.
So no, I try and find time for everything. I don't sleep early, so maybe.
Okay. You work mostly at night?
Yeah, I actually do better working at night than I do during the day.
Same here.
Yeah.
So you are promising me now that you have time for your personal life. You look fresh, by the way, so you're not looking stressed with all the things that you do. So definitely you take out time.
Yeah,
do you work
judge
out?
A book by its cover.
Yeah. Do you work out?
Oh gosh, I wish I could work out.
Oh.
Like when I see people going to the gym, I envy it so much.
You look like you really work out.
No, I
could have
wish.
sworn.
No, you know the shirt is baggy, so you can't see. You can't see my big stomach that I'm trying to.
Yeah, looking like you have abs under there.
So no, I try to do my best with exercise as I can. But if I tell you I go to the gym once every month, I'm lying. Yeah.
Yeah. So good to have this chat.
Thank
with
you so much for having me. I know I spoke a lot.
No, it's cool.
Thank you for having me.
That's the idea. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and
Thank you.
hopefully
Likewise.
we'll have you sometime again to chat with me on the show.
Okay. No problem.
All right, that's a wrap on Shepreneur with beecee Ubo on Africa Business Radio. Till I come your way again next week. Bye-bye.